da marar zama ya ga amara da Kaduna mai sama na roba ba ke ta shago na ba da bolo ya kara kai dodo na mara bali kai ga wani mutum a tabo kai wani yana abin da shi kai mana ga dabbar da ai da shagon gaga kaɗan gwari kama da kiɗin langa kama da kiɗan mori
magauraci ne kai wata tun da ya daure
ko dai ta da yan ba tsoro ba to wadi da kake sai saba Allah to Allah ni na san da shi yake ba furo wannan kai ba abu gole ne ya hadawa kai ne bare da ba sarki ba wa yan baka yawa ko ba gida ga aikin gora Allah ya gyara ka Allah ya ƙara shari'a ka don na ƙara ba ka yi ta ƙwarai ɗan garba mai keɗa ya ma gaba da ya kyauta ka gaba da ya shirya mu na mata duna na
Something for you there. We just always have to showcase our own when it comes to sport. Welcome on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. Adini Ajishafe. Well, just to at least start from the, it was a sad one anyway, but well, they say have hope to do well in the competition. Talking about AFCON under 17, Morocco edged wasteful Golden Eaglets to reach quarterfinals. Right now, our boys did all they could do, but they couldn't win it. That game against Morocco, it ended in favor of the team from Morocco there. 1-0, they defeated Nigeria. Kotslov, an own goal scored by Ogboji in the early minutes of the game there. Well, from the way it is right now, Nigeria need to up their game when it comes to playing the third match in the tournament, because they'll be facing South Africa. South Africa also did well, defeating Zambia 3-2 goal thriller in their own match. But right now, we won 1, we lost 1. Morocco, they've done well. They've actually won 2 of their own matches right now. If you look at how the table is, they've really done well. At least topping that group there with 6 points. Nigeria following suit with 3 points. And you have South Africa standing tall there despite winning against Zambia there. South Africa also lost their game against Morocco in the first match played. But for Nigeria, well, we just have to up our game against South Africa in the next match we'll be playing on Saturday. And from the way it is, Coach Nduka Ugbade say, well, his lads really did well, but just that Morocco were more tactical, and that's the concerning sport. You just have to be very, very smart for you to win. Well, even though it was painful, we hope that the boys can do well and qualify for the quarterfinals in that last game against South Africa, who will be coming out smoking against Nigeria under 17 AFCON taking place in Constantine, Algeria there. Well, Morocco did well by defeating Golden Eaglet in that game. Right, while we're talking about that particular match, let's talk about our own game in Nigeria. The NLO, Nationwide League One, actually kicked off yesterday over there in Kano. Galadima, that's former NFF president right now, at least he was there. He gives credits to NLO on season kickoff in Kano, where a game was played there between Kwankwansia FC versus Kano Pillars Junior that ended 1-0 draw there. And that tough one, it was a tough match because the two teams really has been a derby kind of team. But right now, they actually share the spoil there. But for the fact that the event went well, the former NFL president at least appreciated the fact that NLO, Nationwide League One, deemed it fit to organize such a league. And right now, Nigerians can't wait to see the third tier of Nigerian Football League running well, looking at how it ended just yesterday. A good one between the two teams, Kwano Pillars Junior and Kwankwansia FC, sharing the sport in that particular game. It has started now. A lot of teams in this particular league. We hope to bring you more concerning all the games and results that will be played subsequently. And from there, let's talk about the NBA. Yes, a big one between the Denver Nuggets. They were able to do well in that game, making the series now 1-1, even though they fought hard against Philadelphia 76ers there. Looking at the result as it went down just yesterday, you just have to appreciate the fact that Boston Celtics, I beg your pardon, they did well. 121 against Philadelphia 76ers, actually got 87. They had earlier won their first game, but right now the series have been on tie. A particular player called Jaylen Brown, 25 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists in that particular game there in the NBA. Well, semi-final, talking about how those games have been played so far. Good one for Boston Celtics, making sure the tie is rather semi-final matches or games is usually on tie there. While we'll be looking at that, let's look at the bracket. So far, the NBA playoff bracket, for now, well, good one for the likes of Los Angeles Lakers. They started well, 1-0 against Golden State Warriors, though it's still 6 games to go. And you look at 76ers against Boston Celtics, is 1-1. Knicks versus Miami Heat, still 1-1 right now. But for Denver Nuggets against Phoenix Suns, they are leading with 2-0 against Phoenix Suns. They are looking at the semi-finalists so far in the NBA playoff. They continue to get to match day 7. And if any team that is able to make it up earlier, you could actually end even before they get to game 5 or game 6. Good one for the likes of Boston Celtics and also Philadelphia 76ers, who's their man. Talking about Joel Embiid right now has won the MVP. You can't take anything away from the Cameroonian MVP player of the year. Talking about the NBA most valuable player of the year. The Cameroonian has done well for himself, becoming the second African to have done this after Hakeem Olajuwon, the one they call the Dream, did that in 1993-94. And to let you know that Joel Embiid has has won this right now, and also becoming an NBA All-Star player for the 6th straight time. Congrats to the Cameroonian for being able to do this. Away from basketball, quickly, we run through some results in the Premier League. Well, looking at the fact that Manchester City and Liverpool, they were able to win their games yesterday. Liverpool won against Fulham, Manchester City 3, West Ham United 1, nil. And a good one for Erling Haaland, the robotic striker, for the fact that he was able to do well in that game. Now, let's look at how the table stands after that particular win for Manchester City. They actually have turned the table again. Arsenal was leading just for a night, and over just yesterday again, Man City took over. What a dramatic season so far we had in the Premier League. Man City are back to the top with a point ahead of Arsenal. And right now, it's really down to the wires, because the two teams will continue to do this until the final day. Arsenal fans won't give up, hoping that things can still change in their favor. For Liverpool, they are now standing 5th on the log with 59 points, and they have playing 34 matches. Well, Fulham, well, they are standing 10th on the log there. Just to have a feel of how the Premier League is standing after that particular upstaging of Wolverhampton Wanderers, West Ham rather, by Manchester City. Good one for Man City and their main man. Looking at that story, Haaland set Premier League record against West Ham for the fact that he was able to score yesterday. Right now, he has broken the record earlier set by Alan Shearer. The record has stood for about 28 years, and now finally has been broken by the man called Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland right now has been able to score 35 goals in his career with Manchester City. In fact, he got a laugh of honor there. Well, good one for him. The man that really, he came from Borussia Dortmund, and everyone was waiting to see what he'll be doing, and he did so well. Right now, scoring 35 goals so far as the most goal in the EPL of his season, and really, he deserved to be appreciated so far in that particular encounter there. Good one for Erling Haaland, who has really done well for himself since he joined City. He has been a lot of goals galore in his career. Well, good one for Haaland there, and also for Manchester City, who are back to the top of the table. Congrats to them. Now, Spanish La Liga result. Games were also playing the Spanish La Liga. Let's look at those results, and also look at how the table is. Cadiz and, well, they fought hard, but they couldn't defeat Atletico Madrid, who did well 5-1. Antoine Griezmann, their former player who is back to that team, did so well with the team at the Wanda Metropolitano. Getafe 1, Celta de Vigo 0, Villarreal and Valencia share the spoil there. Looking at how the table is after those games that are being played quickly, well, Atletico Madrid are now second on the log, upstaging Real Madrid with just a point, 69-68 in that pecking order. Villarreal standing 5th, and you look at, well, Real Madrid right now standing third there. From 11 to 20, where Valencia actually shared the spoil against Villarreal right now. Valencia standing 17 on the log with 34 points from 33 matches. They need to up their game. They still want to remain in the La Liga Santander this season. Well, before we actually move straight to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, let's talk about Italian Serie A. Italian Serie A result. Well, matches were played yesterday in Italian Serie A. Quickly, Atalanta 3-2 against Spezia. Lecce lost against Juventus 2-1. You have AC Milan sharing this point against Cremonese 1-1. Inter Milan was a walloping of Hellas Verona 6-0 in an away game. Roma against Monza ended 1-1, and Salernitana against Fiorentina 6-goal thriller there 3-3 it ended, while Lazio did well against Sassuolo 2-0 to win the match there. Well, right now Italia Serie A is getting very interesting, even though Napoli is running away with it. Looking at the table so far, Napoli, you can't take it away from them, really. They've done well so far this, but Lazio are second, and they've done well so far, standing ahead of Juventus, Inter, Atalanta, AC Milan. Roma now standing 7th on the log. I have Fiorentina, Bologna, and Monza in that pecking order there. Well, good one for Napoli, who right now are waiting to celebrate winning the Scudetto after 33 years. And then we look at Cristiano Ronaldo, is world highest paid athlete after Al Nassr's move, according to Forbes. Forbes normally rates player according to their riches. Right now, they declare him as the richest so far for the fact that he's moved to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia has garnered him a lot of money, and now is earning a lot there, making him the world highest paid athlete after that move to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. Congrats to Ronaldo, who has really been doing well when it comes to playing football. One of the best. You can't take that away from Cristiano. Really, one of the best. Some people will call him GOAT, while some will call Lionel Messi their own GOAT. We go on a short break. By the time we return, we talk about fitness and wellness in sport. Stay with us.
Use one bottle, take tea. Normally, good bottle, that would judge no be the same. DJ sounded for me, sounded for me.
So we made use of the attendance.
One.
So even attendance was common.
Ecuador has just scored the first goal of the 2022 FIFA World Cup, courtesy of Valencia. Just within 3 minutes, and it's also a goal there.
Take tea. Normally,
Try.
Good to have you back there. I've been talking concerning some sporting story, but right now let's talk about wellness and fitness in sport. Whenever you do sport, it's not just about to run around, but you also keep fit and also keep yourself well doing sport. They are having the studio. I've called them sportsman and woman of great enthusiasm here. Good to have you, Olayinka Solomon.
Thank you, pleasure.
And also Naomi Kazim, right?
Karim,
sorry. Good to have you there.
Very
So let's talk about wellness and fitness. Let me start with you first.
Okay, well,
Solomon.
it's important that as humans we should keep fit. We should try to, of course, go all out to make sure that we exercise in every means. You don't have to, of course, go all out to go to the gym. You can actually keep fit even in your house. You can wake up in the morning. It can be easy for you to probably do some press up. You can run within your, your environment. That would, of course, make you sound. So I think we need to begin to tell people that you don't have to go to a gym and pay money to. I'm not trying to, for sport market for people that, of course, brought a gym. Of course, within your environment, you can keep fit. You can do some exercise, and of course, it will really help. And of course, make you smart, and of course, improve your mental alertness. Thank you.
Good one. Improve mental alertness. Good one. Another one there concerning sports. For Naomi, when it comes to sport generally, how does it at least appeal to you?
Okay, first of all, I would like to say that you don't have to break the bank to keep fit, right? And it's very important to get involved in sports. I know that a lot of people, when they were way younger, they found it very hectic to, go out to run, or, the regular inter-house sports we had in secondary school. But right now, we find almost everybody hitting the gym or going for a run. They have now come to know the importance of keeping fit. So it's very important to engage in at least 1 or 2 sports. It could be lawn tennis, it could be squash, it could be running, it could be swimming, whatever kind of sport it is to keep fit.
It could be cycling, it could be any sport.
Yes,
so
any
far.
sport.
Now, when you mention any sport, I know you guys organize different yearly. You organize events to keep people together to see how they can go into. So can you just give us an example of what it's all about?
All right, so this weekend we'll be having an event at the HOKF Garden at Otako. So basically the event is just to bring people come together, and of course participate in different kind of sports, from sack race, from Ludo, from
you mentioned sack race.
Yes, of course. So of course, a lot of persons. Imagine you are seeing somebody who is 40, of course, in a sack and then trying to run. So we'll be having that event this weekend. The idea for the event is to see how we can actually keep fit, and of course bond. Of course, as younger.
Burn some calories.
Of course, very important.
Okay, Naomi, so that it will look like the men are ganging up against you. Okay, now shed more light on this.
Okay, so
different sports. Because I heard you mentioning sack race. Is it Ludo or judo?
Ludo,
yes,
chess.
Ludo, chess.
I want to get down. I want to say judo. Not everybody can fight judo.
It's Ludo.
Go ahead.
Okay, so it's important to know that when we say we want the youth to know that they have the future, you can't have youths who own the future when there's a gap in between both generations. So this event brings both generations together to bond.
If you are young, if you are old,
there's no age barrier
into sports.
And especially for this event. So at the event we'll be having football as well, football between the older and the younger generation.
Yeah.
We want to see who takes the trophy this year. Last year, I think the younger generation took the trophy after so many years.
Many years.
Yes, so we want to see if the older generation are keeping more fit than, you know, the younger generation. So we have football, and we also have a ladies special that will, for the first time, we'll be having the ladies play ball as well. Yes, so we'll have that. We also have different kinds of board games and indoor games. We also have PS5 this year. So
it
a whole lot of
automatically
variety.
it shows that aside the fact that you are exercising or doing whatever that make you sweat, you
Yes.
also are going to sport that has to do with mental sport.
That's
you have
true.
to think.
That's
Yes.
Like if you play chess, if you play any other game that is a board game, you
Yes.
must be mentally alert
Monopoly,
enough,
yes, you
understand,
have to
for you to
think.
win.
Yeah.
Okay, now what are the advantages? Because you know when you go into sports, when people just see that, oh, I just want to compete.
Okay.
Mention other advantages that someone can actually get from this.
All right, so we actually have different games, like she has actually mentioned rightly. So we are going to be giving out trophies, giving out medals. So I'm sure some persons have their medals that they got in 5 years ago in their room, of course, hanged in their room. It will be like a mini event, you know, like a mini competition. So some people will also be going up with cash prizes. We also have some sort of prizes we'll be giving to, of course, winners in different categories, in tennis, in chess.
There'll be tennis too?
Yes,
Or table tennis?
There will be
Table
table
tennis.
tennis.
Okay.
Table tennis. So we'll be giving out prizes in all our games that will happen at the event. So
Now let me take you guys on the sport now. Let me put you on the sport. Do you do sport?
yes, I do sport.
Tell me the sport you do.
Okay, well, I try to make sure that in my house, before I leave the house, I do some push-up because the time, you know, to go to a gym might not be there, of course, due to of course work schedule. But I try to make sure that in the morning when I'm
The
up,
sport you do is press up.
yes, I press up.
Can you imagine?
Press up.
Well, let's talk to the lady. Which sport do you do? You
Yes,
actually
sir.
do more athletic than him, kind of.
Yes, I can attest to that. So I run and I play basketball.
Basketball.
Yes.
But do you play for any team before, or
No.
just for
The
to
fun
keep
of
fit?
it. Yes.
Okay, when it comes to Nigerian sport, we've seen so many achievements in sport in Nigeria, and I'm sure even though we have the good side and also the bad side of sports in Nigeria, but really, sport has really helped a lot of Nigerians. People have been on the street. We've seen so many Nigerians that through sport, they became breadwinners of their family.
That's true.
Now, what's your advice to the youth out there concerning going into sport?
All right. Well, for me, I'll give an example. I have a friend who plays chess, and I can tell you that's what he fits on. And then, you know, he's been doing so well, being a chess
He's a
player.
chess player,
A chess
and he's
player is living on
by
it. Yes. So that way, that's his 9-to-5 job, so to say. So what I would just advise is, whatever you find yourself doing, just put in your very best, because you might be surprised. People are watching you. Someone can just pick you from, okay, I like this guy. Okay, I want to sponsor you maybe to a competition somewhere outside the country, and then they can discover your talent. And from there, who knows? You just find yourself somewhere big. So we should make sure whatever we're putting, whatever you are doing, put in your very best. Be the best at it, and the future will just blossom for you.
Let me add the word in sport.
Yeah, in sport.
sport.
In sport. Thank you.
As for you now,
Yes, so with commitment and consistency, you never know who is watching. So stay committed, stay consistent, and before you know, it may not pay off immediately, but down the line, you'll be grateful that you stayed committed.
it may not
and
pay off
consistent.
immediately,
Yeah.
but really stay committed and consistent there. We've been talking with Naomi, is it Kazi? I don't know why.
Karim.
Karim now, and Olayinka Solomon. But just before we wrap it up, tell me your role model in sport.
My role model in sport, LeBron James.
LeBron,
Yes.
the James, what they call the king, and
Yes.
you the press of man.
I have quite. Is this guy that won that used? Okay, I'll say Anthony Joshua.
Anthony
I like
Joshua.
his
You
zeal,
like
his
boxing.
passion. Of course, I like boxing.
I want to see you about it.
Maybe in
That's
the
a good
future.
one there. They've
Thank
been
you.
talking with us in the studio about wellness and fitness in sport. If you do sport, don't give up. According to them, you never can tell when anyone is actually watching you, and you can become a breadwinner of your family. And really, it's a good thing when you go into sport. They just let us. They want to let us know that they have an opportunity for people out there to come out en mass to participate in sport, in different sports, where they will be having those competitions. They are good. Good to have you guys in the studio once again.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yes, I'm Adeni G. Shafe. As we always say, that sport is business and fitness. Thanks for watching.